What is up, guys? It is AJ from MMA Experts, and this is the UFC Fight Island Kattar versus Ige full card prediction video. Talk about the fights a bit, just a review over everything. Have the individual videos done, and now I wanted to do an overall if you guys don't have time to watch the individuals or you just wanted to see more content. So, main event of the evening, let's talk about that first. Calvin Kattar takes on Dan Ige. These guys are very high level featherweights. In my opinion, this is possibly a number one contender fight because it's all circumstantial. Who's ready to fight for the belt, especially with COVID going on? You don't know if Magomed Sharipov will be able to fight, if the Yair Rodriguez fight between those two happens. So there's a lot of things in the air. And Volkanovski, if he's ready to come back in a decent amount of time, would need an opponent. And between these two guys, you have a very good one, or a very good both of them. Honestly, they're both savages. But I'm picking Kattar here. I think he wins the fight by decision. I don't think it is a whitewash by any means. I think Dan Ige is pretty game, and he's going to give Kattar some work. But I think it goes 5 rounds, and I think you see Kattar get it. Stylistically, I just feel like Ige is really tight. He blocks well, and I don't think he gets hit by too many punches. And I was impressed by his performance against Edson. Whether you think he won that fight or lost, I thought that he looked very well against Edson Barboza. Now, to the co-main event, Tim Elliott, Ryan Benoit. Both these guys been in the UFC for a while. Tim Elliott, Ultimate Fighter veteran, former world title challenger. He's a G of a fighter. He's been in this game for who knows how long now, a long time. I remember him early on in the UFC in the early days of flyweight, and I think he got cut, and then he came back through the Ultimate Fighter show, and has still been here, and he's back and forth, up and downs, wins and losses, but at the end of the day, he's consistently fighting, and he always comes to scrap. Ryan Benoit hasn't been super active, but does have a win over Sergio Pettis in the mix, coming off a loss, though, I believe, in his last fight. Now, I'm going to pick Elliott. I think he wins the fight by decision. He's just a bit too awkward, and I feel like Ryan Benoit's good, but he doesn't have the grappling game either, compared to Tim Elliott, who I believe can do it all, and I think he will. I think he dominates this fight. I think he wins a unanimous decision, and I'm looking forward to see him get another victory, because I am a Tim Elliott fan 100%. Now, Jimmy Rivera, who was, on an interview with me recently, fighting Cody Stamann. Should be a good fight between these two. I think it's competitive. This is Stamann's toughest fight of his career, and I think that Jimmy Rivera gets it done. It is at featherweight. They are both bantamweights, so in my mind, this is a bantamweight fight without weight cutting. Jimmy Rivera, he gets this fight to the ground, maybe, but I don't think so. I think that Cody Stamann's actually going to be trying to take it to the ground, but I think Rivera will be able to stop a lot of his shots and will work a good technical striking battle, which Jimmy Rivera will be superior, winning this fight by a unanimous decision against a very tough and very high potential fighter in Cody Stamann, who still could break into the top at any time. Moving down the card a bit more, Molly McCann, Talia Santos. Molly McCann's a really short reach. That's one thing. 62-inch reach. I believe Talia Santos has a 68. So substantial reach difference. But I don't think it will make that much of a difference here because I think McCann is scrappy. She'll get inside. And I think she wins this fight. I think she can take the fight to the ground, keep it on the feet, wherever it goes. I see Molly McCann winning this fight. I got another decision. I think she gets it done by decision between two girls that are pretty good. I mean, 15-1 and 10-2 are seriously good records. So we'll see what happens, but I'm very excited. Now, this fight, Abdul Al-Hassan versus Munir Lazez, this might be one of the most underrated fights on the card. Al-Hassan is a knockout artist, and Munir is a very skilled fighter as well with his kickboxing. Now, picking between these two, I got Al-Hassan. He gets it by knockout. I think he's just got too much power in his hands. I think he's just going to land something big and pull it off. Now, I have my official predictions written down. I want to see what round I actually put it in between these two. All right, so I said, first or second round. I'm going to stand by that. First or second round knockout for Abdul Al-Hassan against a very tough Munir Laziz. Now, for John Phillips and Khamzat Chimaev, I think this is Khamzat's total showcase fight. I think he's going to go out there and beat up John Phillips. This kid's a guy to watch. He's only 6-0. He's 26 years old, and he may be a future world champion. I was very impressed by his highlights. I was very impressed by going back and watching one or two of his fights. He's just a guy that has a lot of skill. And that's not that John Phillips isn't good. He's solid, and he can scrap, and I like his style. But at the end of the day, this kid is for real. Watch out for him. Now, let's move down a bit to the Ricardo Ramos fight. Move it to the top here. All right, so Ricardo Ramos takes on Lerone Murphy. Both of these guys are good fighters on the feet. Both have a lot of solid wins, and both have only lost. I mean, actually, no losses for Lerone, but I do believe that his draw against Tugulov was controversial. Now, for Ramos, just 2 defeats. He looked good, though, in his last fight. I'm impressed by both men, but Ramos, I'm more impressed by. He gets it done. It's going to be a hard fight. Lerone is no joke. I think he wins a decision, but it should be good, man. I really think this might be another sleeper fight of the night between two guys that really bring it. Now, moving down more, Modestas Bukakas versus Andreas Michalidias. I believe that's how you say his name. He's the Spartan. He's from Greece. Versus Modestas, who's also good. Modestas, I believe, is a pretty big favorite, but I'm actually riding with Andreas. I just think that his style is pretty aggressive, pretty tough. He's tight, and he just doesn't look like he's going to lose. So I'm going to ride with him, even though he's a big underdog. Maybe they just didn't see enough footage of him. Maybe, for somebody's talking about Modestas as being the next big thing. I really don't know, but I know what I saw, and I'm more impressed by Andreas than Modestas. I think that it's a late stoppage. I see this stoppage probably somewhere around round 3, late round 2 maybe, but I'm picking round 3, and you're going to see Andreas with a big win and a big upset victory in that matter. So let's move down more. Jared Gordon and Chris Fishgold. Good fight here. Jared Gordon has taken some L's in the past, a lot of them by knockout. Chris Fishgold has lost 2, but both of these fighters are good, skilled mixed martial artists. They're not top of the top, but they're good. So let's find my notes here. I want to bring them in. So for Gordon, he's got a banging style. He comes to fight. Fishgold, he's going to try to wrestle you a bit. Both can wrestle. I think that Jared Gordon's just a bit better on the feet, and I think wrestling is kind of similar between these two. I'm going to go with Jared Gordon. I think he gets it done. He has fought at lightweight a lot, and he's been knocked out, so maybe his durability is not going to be that good, and we could see Fishgold starch him. But I'm riding with Gordon by a decision here, even if it may be the wrong pick, and he may get starched. But that's how I feel, and that's who I'm choosing. Now, next fight, early on, Liana Joja versus Diana Belbita. Again, 2 good women here, but Liana, I think she's a little bit amateuristic with her boxing, needs some work. And it's not that Diana's the greatest boxer of all time, but I believe she's just a bit better. I think Diana wins this fight by a decision. It's competitive, but I feel like she's just a bit more crisp with the striking, and as long as she can stay off her back and not be controlled throughout the night, I think she wins this fight, deservingly so. All right, so the first fight of the night is actually really impressive because Jack Shore is a guy to keep your eye on. He's 12-0 versus the 12-3 Aaron Phillips. I immediately am going to tell you I got Shore winning this fight. I think he's better everywhere, and Aaron Phillips is good on the ground, really good. His grappling solid, decent striking, but for Jack Shore, I think he's superior in all aspects. I think he wins a unanimous decision. I don't think it's a stoppage. For some reason, I just feel like Phillips is just a bit too good on the ground to get stopped. I can see him getting stopped on the feet, but at the end of the day, I'm going to go with a decision, just be on the safe side, but my pick is Shore to win. No matter how he wins, I see him getting it done. But that is the whole card, guys. It's going to be a good one on Fight Island. They're really delivering. 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, Wednesday night, so that's exciting. It's a little bit late of a start. I think usually I feel like the fight nights have been starting at like 8 or 9. Might be wrong, but I don't know. 10's a little late. Usually they end earlier. I'm excited. These fighters are all good. This card is honestly, it's not stacked with like big names, but it's stacked with up and coming talent. I always recommend watch the cards that don't look as stacked because you might find some diamonds in the rough. For me, I think there's plenty of them, and this is one of those cards that's going to really bring it. I'm picking the 3 diamonds of the rough of the night. It's Jack Shore, and I also think it's going to be Kazmat and Abdul Al-Hassan. Those are 3 guys watch out for. I think they could possibly be top 10 fighters inside the UFC. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Like, subscribe, turn on those post notifications, and I'll see you guys in the next video.